Danielle Tyler,
Spencer Jacobson,
Dale Tartar.
Tanner Hasty.
It's not every day you have a little girl drown in Dragonland.
We had talked about a very similar situation before we even had opened that day.
I remember it was my 5th day of work.
We were actually pretty busy because it was one of the warmer days of the summer.
People definitely wanted to come in and, just have a good time at the pool.
And about 30 minutes into my shift, which started at 12, there was a lifeless girl floating into my zone.
And we found that she did have a pulse, but she was not breathing.
The world stopped. I felt like it was just me and Ava and Tanner, Dale, and Spencer.
I was kind of like freaking out, not gonna lie. A little 4-year-old girl, we had her life in our hands.
I've never seen anything like that at all.
I realized in the position I am, it was my job to calm everyone else down in this situation. I knew what we needed to do, and I knew we needed to do it quickly.
We kind of fed off each other, we followed each other. We didn't step on toes. If one person said, let's do this, we did it.
And without communicating, we might not have gone back and checked those vitals, and we might have been trying to give CPR, say, when it wasn't completely necessary.
While I was doing it, I felt like I was supposed to be there doing it. I want this girl to live. Please breathe.
I also was having a difficult time opening up her airway, and I managed to open it, and I gave her just one breath.
You could see the child's stomach kind of come up a little bit, and her eyes opened wide and started coughing, and at that point she was just coughing and crying.
It was the sweetest cry I've ever heard, and I knew at that moment I've done my job.
Being trained to do this, it was kind of second nature to me.
I was terrified, but I knew that I was put there for that reason, to save that little girl.
It took all at one time, one guard getting into the water to get the child, one guard going over and grabbing our bag of equipment and running over there, one guard calling emergency services to get them here as quickly as possible, and then even another guard just there to help us.
It was awesome being able to work with lifeguards who kind of were on the same page as me.
And that day it was very good that we were trained well enough to know exactly what to do in that situation. That training is the difference between life or death.
It was kind of like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
Relieved at the end, definitely. Very fortunate.
An incident like that will shake your life, and it definitely shook up our life a lot.
Life is precious. I'm just very grateful that she is in good health.
I still hear that cry, and I can still feel her pulse on my hand.
She was very playful and jumping around and like a normal little girl.
She's been wonderful. Yep, she's been pretty great. A little needy, but she's great.
I'm just so glad that she has a life and she's a normal child, and she'll be able to grow up and be the little girl that she's meant to be.